It's Tom and Todd's Face Off on WRKO.com.
It's another week, it's another edition of the Tom and Todd Show on WRKO.com.
Third time's a charm.
Should articles of impeachment be drawn up against President Obama for his military action against Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi?
Ooh, this is a big question. Impeachment. I would say no. I would have preferred that he go to the Congress and get them involved if it's so urgent. He can be persuasive.
Of course he should be
if there's
impeached.
national interest involved.
There's a long list of things.
You don't want to begin to use the impeachment power.
To run this guy out of office.
in a casual.
How about healthcare? Impeach him for healthcare and Libya.
And Libya. Todd has a two-count impeachment process.
Oh, really? The
underway.
Constitution says
far too
clearly
casual with even the
that
discussion.
the president's job is to manage the wars once Congress starts them. But it's only Congress that can take us to war. He has taken us to war with the authority of the United Nations, which he thinks is more important than the United States
Well,
Congress.
actually, what the White House has said is that he thinks he can take us to war on the continuation of the resolution that was passed that got George Bush going into Iraq. So they're playing cute.
Yeah.
I think it's a politically cute.
Then impeach him twice for that excuse and for going into Libya.
Yeah. Now, for the excuse, yeah, you're right, because it's a pretty lame excuse.
It's awful excuse.
State legislators will be holding hearings on term limits for Massachusetts representatives and senators. Do you think there should be term limits?
They will not consider, they will not hold hearings, whatever. They are not going to take seriously any idea about term limits unless, of course, there were 100 years or 50 years, some period of time that they know would outlast any normal person's longevity.
They'll take it seriously. There will be hearings. Any citizen could go up and testify. The fact of the matter is, you have elections every 2 years.
Yes.
They come very, very quickly.
And everybody hates these people, but nobody ever gets voted out.
You've got a rep or a senator you don't like. There's plenty of ways to end that career, really almost abruptly.
This is what Ed Markey would call the bibbidi-bobo, Finneran style.
The bibbidi-bobo.
Yeah.
He was a volunteer for Eddie Markey, so
that
he would
means
know.
bulldog. I learned.
Senator Scott Brown has come out against defunding Planned Parenthood. Is this a wise political move?
I think the politics of this probably work well for Scott Brown. He's going to try to avoid getting himself into a corner where somebody can paint him as an extreme voice. And probably in Massachusetts, this position plays well.
Sure.
I disagree with the position, the notion of taxpayer money being used to subsidize abortion on a casual basis.
Scott's goal is
drives
to get
me
reelected.
crazy.
Look, he got elected to serve the last 2 years of the communist Ted Kennedy's term. And he's got to act like he's a little bit wacky liberal in order to not motivate some big movement of wacky liberals to make sure he can't get reelected. And he wants centrists to feel totally comfortable that he views every issue through a lens that's very similar to the one they
What's
use.
interesting,
and that's what this does
is
for
what
him.
Todd just described is what he's critical about everybody else. I
don't like it.
These political people who kind of go like, hello, I'm moistening my finger.
No, I don't
Which
like it.
way
I'm
is
not saying I
the
like
wind
it.
blowing?
The question
Instead of
was-
standing up and being a man, a woman, a principle, a character.
But the question was, if you would listen once in a while to what Amanda asked us, our producer.
Yeah, go ahead.
The question was, is this a good thing politically?
And if
for
you
him?
listen
And
to the answer I
was,
gave was, politically, good move, Scott.
and that's what I said too. That's it for this week, but check back early and often. We'll do it again at WRKO.com.